On April 18, 2023, the world bid farewell to a spiritual luminary, Dr. Charles Stanley, a man who started his journey in the small town of Dry Fork and ended up touching hearts worldwide from Atlanta. His life, a story of unwavering belief, resilience, and a deep connection to the spiritual pulse of humanity. So, join me in this video as we rewind the clock, retracting the life of this extraordinary pastor who dedicated his life to bringing us closer to the divine. Born in the small town of Dry Fork, Virginia, Charles Stanley's early life was marked by simplicity. His father passed away when he was only 9 months old. It was a tragedy that left his mother, Rebecca, to raise him alone amidst the hard times of the Great Depression. Growing up, Charles was deeply influenced by his mother's faith. She would read him the Bible and teach him to pray, instilling in him a sense of spiritual devotion. At the age of just 12, Charles pledged his life to Jesus, and by 14, he felt a strong calling to preach. In 1955, he became a graduate of the University of Richmond, and right after that, he married Anna Margaret Johnson, marking the beginning of a new chapter in his life. And he did not live in a single place with his wife. His faith and commitment led him to serve in different locations, including Ohio and Florida, before he finally settled in Atlanta. It was in Atlanta that Charles's journey truly blossomed. In 1969, he joined the First Baptist Church in Atlanta as an associate minister. At first, he was there just to fill in until a permanent pastor could be found. However, the congregation loved his sermons so much that they could not let him go. His time at the helm of the First Baptist Church Atlanta was nothing short of transformative. Beginning his journey as an associate pastor back in 1969, he took on a congregation of around 5,000 members. However, his unique approach to preaching, his deep understanding of the scriptures, and his unwavering commitment to his flock turned the church into a spiritual powerhouse over the years. By the time he stepped down from the pulpit in 2020, he was speaking to a congregation of approximately 15,000 members. Now, think about that for a second. That's like filling a small stadium every single Sunday. All of them were there, eager to hear his sermons, to absorb his wisdom, and to be inspired by his faith. And you know what is even more impressive? Charles did not stop at the physical boundaries of his church. Through the establishment of In Touch Ministries in 1972, he extended his reach far beyond Atlanta, touching hearts and transforming lives around the globe. You must be wondering how. Well, he reached out to millions around the world via radio and television broadcasts. He also authored more than 50 books, sharing his wisdom with an even larger audience. Despite his successful career, Charles's life was not without controversy. The most notable of these was his divorce, which sparked a significant debate within his congregation. However, through every challenge, he held fast to his faith and his commitment to serve God, often quoting his life motto, "Obey God and leave all the consequences to Him." Before I tell you about some controversies in his life, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button to watch more videos like this. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you're the first to know when we post new videos. Now, let's continue. One of the biggest controversies that marked his life involved his own personal trials. In the early 90s, his marriage was put to the test. His wife, Anna, filed for divorce, not once but thrice, before it was finally granted in 2000. This was a significant challenge for Stanley, given the traditional Christian teaching that views divorce negatively, and even more so because he himself had preached that divorced men should not serve in ministry. The shock waves of his personal crises extended far beyond his family. It reverberated throughout his congregation at First Baptist Church Atlanta, sparking debates and polarizing opinions. Many felt that as a now divorced man, Stanley should step down from his pastoral role. This included his own son, Andy, who, though supportive, felt that his father should at least offer to resign. But Stanley held firm. He felt called to continue in his ministry. He believed his personal circumstances did not disqualify him from serving God in his congregation. His conviction was so strong that it caused a temporary estrangement with Andy, who left First Baptist to start his own church. Yet, Stanley's belief in his calling was not shaken. He continued to serve his congregation as senior pastor, even amidst the controversy. Beyond his role in his church, Charles also made a significant contribution to the Southern Baptist Convention. He served there as its president in the mid-1980s. He was instrumental in crucial debates between conservatives and moderates within the denomination. And yet, here we are. This amazing man who has inspired so many is not among us anymore. Charles Stanley passed away at the age of 90, and he left behind a legacy that continues to influence people globally. His teachings, his writings, and the works of In Touch Ministries have touched countless lives. Today, Charles's family, including his daughter Becky and his 6 grandchildren, continue to uphold his memory. And for us, we are left with a treasure trove of wisdom from a man who lived his faith with such conviction and grace. Have you ever tuned into his radio program or read one of his writings? If so, is there a particular message or lesson from Dr. Stanley that has deeply resonated with you? Share with me in the comments below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.